Former Bad Boy artist Mark Curry reacts to Diddy being sentenced.
I'm here today right now to let everybody know, first and foremost, if you ain't got one of my books, go get one right now. Everybody got to have a copy of my book, so you can understand what this shit is really all about. This shit is not about Puff going to do time. I don't want him to do time. I think when he go to court today, they're going to give him, if time served would be great, but it might be 5 years. And it might be 5 years because they can't do something for him just because he's Puff Daddy and then hurt our brothers that was my Curry or your Williams or your Stevens or somebody that was a part of your family. They hurt them and there was no help for you because they didn't have money. They had to go sit in prison for all of the time that my littlest brother did. 23 years, I believe, 23 years in prison. He did more time in prison than any friend that I ever had that went to prison. I got friends that went and did 10, 15, 17, all of this. My littlest brother did 20-something years in prison and came home and to this day has a wife, a car, a house, a big house. He's loved, a family. And I'm like, yo, this dude went off to do prison time and come home and told, like, sometimes it only take one time to sit down for good people. Like, it only take one time for them to sit you down for you to understand. Hard-headed is keep going to prison over and over and over and over again. Let me talk to y'all because I was just really in the air talking. Hard-headed go to prison over and over and over and over again because they just don't learn. A learning lesson is if you're doing something that's not creating the results for you that you're looking for in life, then that means you are the creator of the action. If you just change your actions, you might create better results. But people don't want to actually like fault themselves for things that go on in their life. Like if you were an ugly person in life and you find yourself standing next to an ugly person in life, either it's going to, one, be by accident or it's because you attract ugly people. And people get mad when they realize, like, damn, you attract ugliness. So it's not that, you can't win. It's the fact that you attract all of the ugly things in life that you complain about and you don't need them. But people attract ugliness. What they expect, the most beautifulest things in the world, like Keith Murray or something like that. And you be like, just like that. So then...
be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
We holding on as a people. We're not really letting, the world come through and shake us up a little bit more. We holding on as a people. And today, what I say, I'm sitting back waiting on this sentencing thing to see what they're going to give Brother Love. And I'm seeing how the world is formulating and how things are working. And it's more than just sometimes what we see. There's other things that's going on. You got to look at the overplay for the underplay, which means how can we, like if you want to tire somebody down that's rich, it's like maybe 3 ways you got to a rich person, aside just walking up and whatever, you got to take them out. So when you take, you got to first, you got to hit them financially. You got to hit them with relationships. One is number one. Once you hit somebody and break them down in relationships, that kind of weakens them. And then after the relationship, you break them down financially. Then when you break them down financially, that's when, like, yo, you want to keep on spending money and doing all of this, all right, that's what it costs. Boom, 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 you break them down financially. After you break them down financially, you break them down spiritually. Spiritual breakdown. That's when, what happens is, they break down your character, they break you up, and then now next thing you know, you're confused. and you just don't know what to believe. You might go home and you argue at home more than you argue in the streets. Everything that you can imagine is going to be wrong, is going to be wrong. But you gotta keep walking, and you gotta walk in faith. And when you walk in faith, that means that there's nothing that you're going through that's going to make you go outside of the scope of you as an individual. I'm gonna post this joint at this. I don't really care, and I just hope people come back and listen to it. But going outside of the scope of your belief system, like you believe in everything that you can think of, because everything you think of actually agrees with the way that you feel or the way that you understand things and the way that things manifest in your life. And that's what you believe in. It's just the results that you have in life. You believe in going to work. You believe in having your car in that driveway. You believe in having that extra couple of dollars in your bank account to go do whatever you need to do. So, that's your belief. And then sometimes when you extend your thoughts past that or beyond that belief, that means like, I don't believe that money can make me happy. I don't mean that a car can get me to every destination that I need to reach. I don't, so you be like, those are man-made vessels. That's an establishment called the bank that people created that hold money. That I don't believe in the bank. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to use the bank. I love to have a relationship with the bank, but I like to do what I need to do as my own person, and I don't need them. Finances is really actually a charge. So you're being charged anytime we going into financing something. So, today, this morning, I just want to wake up and give good game. I'm seeing everybody that's saying things and here, and I want to say hello to everybody so nobody thinks that I don't see them, acknowledge them. But when I'm talking to the world, I want to talk to everybody, and I want to pass a message. So I don't want to focus just on one thing. I want to focus on a lot of things, because we got a lot of work to do, and we got a lot of cleaning up to do. So today we're waiting again on this verdict. As I said back then, I knew it was going to probably be 10 years. But people was like, yo, he beat this and he beat that and he beat this. Yeah, he might have beat that and he beat that because they didn't want to give him life. He was up against life, and that means he was never coming home. And then now, instead of giving him life, they said, let's give him 10 years. And so I said, 10 years is cool. But I remember when they gave me 10 years to do in prison, and it was the world's most craziest situation. But what we're going through is 85 or 10. That means 8, he did 2. He might get 5 or 6. I don't know. I'm not the judge, and I don't want him to do it. I hope he can walk home and just be a free man. You understand? I hope he can walk home and just be free.
Thanks for tuning in to 9 Mag TV.